Welcome everyone to this gameplay session of the classic Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox. So this is one of my favorite video games when I was growing up, and I just decided to do a gameplay session today and just see how this gameplay works out for me here on YouTube, because it's been quite some time since I've actually uploaded any video game related content on my channel. I've tried to slowly focus on traveling and doing different travel guides to different state parks and a lot of hiking in the last few years, so I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of a throwback gameplay session here. So we're going to be playing a couple of my favorite maps. Renvar Citadel as Tatooine, Mos Eisley. These are two of my favorite maps from the classic game, and they actually did a remaster of this game along with, I think, Star Wars Battlefront 2 with multiplayer functionality recently. And the game totally bombed. It just goes to show you what a classic this was for the PlayStation 2 at the time, and how revolutionary the game was. So, of course, whenever I play, I like to play as the super battle droids. I always like to play as the droids for some reason. I just like the wrist rocket that this super battle droid has. You're able to have 4, and then you could also pick up some ammo as the characters drop them, the enemies or your teammates. You could also pick up some little health pouches, I think they are. I'm not really sure. They're like little canisters almost. But this game mode is also similar to Galactic Conquest. I'm just playing instant action, which is like you could just pick the maps you want to play basically. But one of my favorite game modes of all time in the PlayStation 2 era of games is Galactic Conquest. And basically you could pick your if you want to be the droids or the clone troopers or the rebels or the Empire, and then you could go and conquest the galaxy. Basically, you could defeat all the enemies. It's really fun, and it's still fun to play this game to this day. I just love going and revisiting these old maps. It just brings back so many great memories when I first got my PlayStation. I'll never forget the very first day I got my PlayStation. It was actually in 2002 for Christmas, and I got the bundle with the PS2 and Jak and Daxter. I'll never forget starting that game up for the first time. And my parents also got me Ratchet and Clank, which was, those franchises I should say, were some of the all-time best for the PlayStation. Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, it was a time after Crash Bandicoot when Naughty Dog decided to develop that game, Jak and Daxter. It was a beautiful open world style action-adventure platformer, one of my all-time favorites. And I wanted to give you guys a little insider to a project that I'm working on. I'm going to be doing a top 25 or top 30 video games from my childhood. It's going to be kind of like a review series, although I'm not going to be really reviewing the games, like criticizing them. I'm going to just be showcasing some of my favorite things about them and talking about them, because I've just been feeling really nostalgic lately. So I wanted to start playing some old games and doing some different gameplays on my channel. I hope you guys are down for that. But anyways, I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. As you guys know, I've been taking some time off to travel from work, and I got back from Idaho. I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened to me when I was out in Idaho. So I was kind of doing like a solo adventure one of the days, because my dad actually had to work in Salt Lake City, so I decided to go off into the mountains on my own, and into Idaho one of the days. And I actually almost had a stroke, guys, on one of the mountains that I was hiking at. I was completely alone. Thankfully, the only other person that was hiking on the trail was actually a doctor, and she was a park ranger as well in Mount Rainier in Washington. So she literally saved my life. She drove me almost 70 miles to the nearest hospital, which was just insane. And she stayed with me until I was stabilized. It was a super scary moment. So I'm going to kind of take it easy now when I do some hiking, because I have to watch my blood pressure and everything now. It's something that I have to really get under control, because I'm going to do a lot of more hiking in my lifetime, and I just can't have issues like that come up again. So anyways, I just wanted to inform you what happened to me, guys, over the last couple of months. And when I was on my vacation in Idaho. And don't worry, I'm still going to be releasing content from Idaho. I have about close to 20 episodes, 15 to 20 videos, and they're all from different spots around the state. I explored, revisited southern Idaho, some new stops as well coming up. A couple really cool caves, volcanic caves are awesome. And then we returned actually to Sun Valley, which is America's first ski resort town. And of course Ernest Hemingway, that's where he lived his final years of his life. And they actually have a memorial in the center of Sun Valley. It's really cool. You could go check that out. But if you guys are looking for a vacation to like a, kind of like a, I don't know, it's a really underrated state at Idaho. Most people think it's just, you know, farmland and like agriculture, potatoes and stuff like that, but there's a lot of mountains and beautiful parts of the state. Even in the southern portion of the state, it's has more volcanic formations and kind of like prairie grassland areas, which are really beautiful. So anyways, guys, and then after we went to Idaho recently, we went to West Virginia to explore New River Gorge and various kind of destinations and parks that were outside of New River Gorge. So that was a really beautiful trip too. I have about probably 8 to 10 more videos from that series to upload. I don't know, recently I've been having some issues with my PC. My graphics card's been acting up. I think I'm gonna have to swap it out for a new one, or because it's a liquid cooling system, so I'm gonna probably have to refill the liquid which is inside of the liquid cooling unit. So anyways, guys, let's take out these last remaining enemies on this map. This map is pretty action-packed. I know I didn't really talk much about the gameplay, Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I want to kind of have like an update video here as well, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, that's for sure. So anyways, guys, I just have one more enemy down here I have to take out. Looks like he's hiding. And we got victory. Perfect. On Renvar. And the cool thing about this game is every planet has 2 different battlefields you could play as, or play at, I should say. And I got a bunch of kills too, so I actually did quite well. But I do much better in this next match here. I am doing post commentary because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. And it's kind of hard to stay focused when you're doing live commentary with these games. I'm just not as good as I used to be, I guess. Because I used to play a lot of Let's Plays and do like different content, like video game related content on my channel. But like I said, I've been switching over to travel videos. And it's been working out very nicely for me. So here we go, guys. I always like to start off the map over here and then run around this corner, because you'll notice all the enemies spawn at that command post over here. Now I'm going to take out a few of these guys. And this is a rather quick match too. It's way shorter than the last one. This is kind of a very fast-paced map, because once you take out these outside command posts, you could kind of work your way to the exterior of this level. And you'll notice there's a lot of turrets that are on top of buildings, as well as within the streets of the Tatooine area over here. This is just such a classic map. And let me know in the comments, guys, if you are interested in me doing some more nostalgic gameplay commentary sessions, because I'm definitely down for that. There's a lot of games I'd like to revisit, and not do like full-on Let's Plays, but just showcase the games. Because I have a ton of games that I played from my childhood, not only on PlayStation 2, but PS1. I've also played a lot on the Nintendo Wii and GameCube, original Xbox, even Sega Genesis, but my Sega is completely fried. When I was a kid, I decided to take it apart and just mess around with the inside and motherboard and stuff. And I screwed it up when I was a kid. I never should have taken it apart. But I was just little kid, just curious about stuff. So I wanted to open it up and see how the Sega Genesis worked. I thought I was like some sort of engineer. Alright guys, let's make our way around this area. We're going to capture this next command post. And the weird thing, when I get to this command post, you'll notice there was an enemy on the map that was kind of like outside of the perimeter. I don't know, it was probably a jetpack troop that was just hovering too high and got out of the perimeter or something. I don't know, it was a glitch. But yeah, maybe in the future, if I could revisit this game, I'll probably play as the clone troopers and do maybe like a galactic conquest session. That'd be really cool. I could also do some live streams too, if you guys are interested. a live stream session of this would be awesome. And you can actually, there are some servers out there where you could play multiplayer for the original PS2 game. And for some reason, I know Star Wars Battlefront 2 was more popular than this game, but this game was actually, I liked it better than the second one for some reason. It was just, I don't know if it's the nostalgic factor or what, but it's a really solid title. Now we're going to just take out these remaining troops here. This is where the battle gets pretty intense. So I start firing a bunch of wrist rockets down here. And some of the enemies will actually bunch up in a group. And you can just fire that wrist rocket and take them all out at once. It's really fun. But once you clear this corridor, you'll notice a lot of these enemies are going to this turret. And each of the turrets, they take 2 rocket shots to actually take them out. So that's another thing you have to consider, is how many wrist rockets you actually have in your inventory. Look at that guy just spawned there and I blew him up. Okay, and I also recently did a Zoo Tycoon video on my channel. It really didn't get that many views. I wasn't really expecting it to, but that was another one of my favorite games from my childhood. There's a lot. There's just so much to choose from. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a great era of video games, that's for sure. So, other travel plans that I have for this year, guys, I was thinking about going to this national park called Indiana Dunes National Park. It's about 4.5 to 5 hours west of me where I live in Ohio. So that's another possible trip that I could do. And then another national park I was thinking of visiting is Acadia National Park, which is, I believe, in Maine. And the coastline there looks so beautiful and rugged. I love rugged coastlines. I'm not really a fan of sandy beach coastlines. I like rugged, rocky coastlines with a lot of evergreen trees. I think that's just beautiful. That's why I was a huge fan of Washington State and Oregon last year. What a trip that was. That was just mind-blowing. Definitely my number 1 national park I have to say that I've been to is Olympic National Park. That's definitely worth it. But anyways, guys, we're coming to the end of this gameplay session. We only have 9 enemies left, or 8. It's actually going down really quickly now, so I hope you all enjoyed this gameplay session of classic Star Wars Battlefront. Good old 2004 game. And let me know down below, like I said, if you want me to do some more gameplay sessions from classic titles, or if you have any recommendations, put those down in the comments, and I'll have to do a video of that. So we're going to just capture this final objective, and then slowly, the map is going to count down to victory. Look at that, guys. We did it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. The CIS just captured the hangar, so we're good here. And I never actually knew that there was turrets on top of that hangar ship that was inside there. Although I never really used any of these turrets when I played, because I just kind of walked around and blasted. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.